just wanted to say happy birthday, Nana, and I love you.
Thank you very much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I should say that the spotlight is on Mr. Ramsaroop Ramphal, known as Mr. Ramsaroop Ramphal. And so tonight, we'll have a real good time. I see Shrimo laughing there. But first of all, I must say a grand welcome to Dr. Hine. Specialist over here. Give it a hand, please. Dr. Hine graced us with his presence this evening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I go into my little speech, I see Mahin looking at me very seriously. And the next item on the program, Lakan's Praj. What? Ready? Please come to the microphone, sir. And do say your piece.
You know, one of the things that happened tonight, which I didn't anticipate, the MC upset my surprise. So, you know, I'm really sorry for that. I meant to wish Manu a happy birthday, but I was going to tell her heartfelt sympathies because she's 1 year older. But before I could surprise everyone else, the MC blew the Mosa, I gotta tell you one thing. I am both happy and proud to be here tonight on your 80th birthday. To tell you the honest truth, you've beaten the odds. If I was a betting man, I surely would have lost. Because you've defeated all the odds to reach 80. Because every time I came to Florida, I said, oh my God, I hope he goes on and on. But with the excellent care you've received in Florida here, I can believe you'll go way beyond 100 from now on. You know, Mosa, there's always one old saying, and I hope this will hold true for you. They say, men are like wine. Some turn to vinegar, but some like you improve with age. So tonight, I think you've done very, very well. And I'm extremely proud and happy to be here tonight. And I think everyone here in this room wish you the very best on your very, very special birthday. My original plan was to sing you a song for your birthday. But I realized if I sing you a song, I'll be the only one left standing here. So I decided to pass on that, and I would ask the DJ to probably at the end of the night give you a special birthday song on my behalf. Thank you once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, the next speaker will be, let me see, Dr. Muti Pasal. You are the last person.
This guy knows how to surprise people. I thought I was going to be the last person to speak, so I wouldn't have much to say. Anyway, life is full of surprises, and but I am not easily surprised. I happen to be this gentleman here, this young man. Age, somebody get old, you get young with age. He's my brother-in-law, my favorite brother-in-law, and I hope he'll continue to be my brother-in-law for a long, long time, over 100 years. He's a very knowledgeable guy too. And like Barn said, when you reach 80, there's nothing else you can learn. We only hope you can remember what you have learned. And this will be true of you until you reach and surpass 100. There's so much I would like to say about my brother-in-law. A man whose life began way back in times in a small country called Guyana. I can say how great a person he is, and he has been, and he is, and will continue to be. He has been a great father, a great husband, a wonderful uncle, a wonderful brother-in-law, and a wonderful friend for a lot of people. But those things are easier said And it's so easy that it becomes cliches. But the things that I want to say about Ramphal are the things that we will remember him for. Because what is important in our lives are memories. And the only thing we have to live for, we leave footprints in the sands of time so that others can remember us for who we are, who we've been, and what we have done for others. There's one thing I can say about Ramphal that sticks in my mind and stands out, that he's a man who has made sacrifice in his life. Sacrifice in the service of others, in the service of his immediate family, in the service of his extended family, and his service to his community. One thing that I know, that Ramphal, even though he has been a father to a lot of people, what I want to say, Ramphal's eldest brother died at a very young age. And his home was the home, and his wife, my wonderful and beautiful sister, was their favorite aunt. And that home was open to all the kids. And I think there were several of them. I remember when we were little kids, we used to go there and they used to visit. And this man, this young man here, has treated them as if they were his own children. And today, a lot of them are present for this special occasion. There are other things one can remember, and that memory is influenced by the experiences each of us has been socialized with or socialized into in that little country. And that socialization goes with a lot of gratitude. Gratitude to our parents, for him, for his parents. Because in some ways, in a simple society, we are a reflection of the values that have been instilled in us by our forebears. And those people are the true heroes in our life. And Ramphal is a reflection of them, and he, in his own way, a hero to so many others. They came to that country as indentured servants. They worked in the sugar plantations and the rice fields. Some of them do a lot of different things, but those people had the stamina and the guts and the fortitude to survive in a very simple society, and a very difficult one, to say the least. They have instilled of us the values of love, values of responsibility, values in the pursuit of knowledge, values in values in taking care of families, and values in taking care of people, period. Be they our immediate family, be they our neighbors, be they others. These are Christian values, even though we were raised as Hindus. And added to that was the fact that Ramphal made sacrifice at a young man in tender age of 18, 19, or 20 after he got married. And after his brother died, this man had to work. He had to labor like a lot of other people. First as a clerk in the plantation for 10 years. Then as a manager of a well-known cinema there, Ramsaroop Ramphal Cinema, for another 10 years. Then as an insurance agent for another 14 or 15 years, and as an agent, then promoted to a manager. And after that, as an entrepreneur, a small business entrepreneur, where he and his wife, my sister, they market different products, sold it in the market in a simple way, so that they can sustain economic living that was not the best, but at least they had things, food and everything else to eat. But what also stands out is Ramphal's emphasis of education. This man has a brilliant mind. I know that. This man is a voracious reader. Has been, continues to be. And this man has instilled in his kids the value of education. So much so that today, most of them, if not all of them, are college graduates or skilled in some kind of professional trade. He also is a trusting individual. I remember when I went back to Guyana after spending several years, I said, Ramphal, Sarita, who's my niece, his daughter, I said, she's coming with me to be educated, to study. At the time, I was a professor in a university in Baltimore and in Maryland. As a parent, that's a reflection of the trust you have someone, of course, of the brother-in-law and the uncle of my niece. But she's coming with me to a foreign land. And this man, he has made sacrifices for his kid. And he didn't ask me any question. He didn't say, yes, no. He just said, you're going with her uncle. And the next thing you know, I was able to get a visa for her. And she came, and today she's a nurse. And I can tell you stories like that. That because of him and because of the values that we all have been instilled with, it's not difficult for kids, and all these individuals here are immigrants, not difficult for them to come here and do well. They have learned what others in this country has learned. People who built this country, the new frontiers, in the new frontier based on individualism. It's such a natural fit that it surprises me that how people in little villages in Guyana could come here and do so well. And this goes back to the credit of our forebears, our parents, and also to individuals like Ramphal. We are probably second generation citizens of that country. And there's so much more I could say about Ramphal on and on, but the other thing I want to say, this man does not have a hate for anyone in his bone. We came from a country where we had a racial divide at one time, not so now. We have come, those things are improved with time, but Ramphal is a very open and very understanding man, so much so that it wasn't very difficult when Mano and Jeff got married. He was not disappointed because this man is open. He is a global citizen in a way. His resiliency helped him to adapt in this country. His transnational view of life, which he developed through readings and through interactions with people, both in Guyana and elsewhere. It's a testimony to this man, his intellectual strength and stamina, and his ability to be accepting to people. This man this man was responsible for the care of his mother and father in their old age. He had a brother who was disabled, Ivan. This man took care of him until he died. I know the examples, that your life is so full of examples that we all could benefit from. And you can see it in Mano and Jeff. I don't know of any daughter who could do so much for their father as Mano has and as Jeff has. And I say that from the bottom of my heart because I really respect who you are, what you have done, and this is what your father has done, and this is what our mother and our fathers have done for their parents. And I hope that, if nothing else in this society, we could learn one thing, that it's old as human beings, that the old take care of the young, and the young take care of the old. And when we have learned that simple truth, then I think everyone, regardless of the society in which you live, that people will be better and people will be happier. People here may not be rich, this may not be a rich man, but he has a good heart. A heart of gold. And with that view, and I'm sure that with the kind of person you are, and the loving and giving type of individual you are, we hope you have many, many more years so that we all can learn more from you and we can benefit from your life. And you have, whether you know it or not, You have left a lot of footprints in the sands of time. Footprints of love, footprints of care, footprints of giving, reciprocity, and so forth. And I'm sure that the good Lord is looking after you, and you're blessed to have somebody like Manu and Jeff in your life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Modi Prasad. Ladies and gentlemen, we must give a big hand for our DJ with his wonderful selections. Let's hear you, come on! Jean and Dinah, Rosita and Clementina, let's go! Now, we will, I have not really. I have to ask anybody else in the audience, would you like to say a few words about my cha-cha? Please come forward. Don't you come?
I'll say a few words, Father.
Okay, Kemo, come.
I don't want to come out there if I can have the mic.
Okay.
There.
I'll come right across to you.
First of all, I'm Kemo. I'm Sham's wife, who is one of the kids that my respected uncle talked about. His father died a long time ago. First of all, Manu, thanks for having us. And I was the one that sabotaged Sham's Facebook page and got wind of this. So all the emails you received from my husband was actually from me. Sorry about that. So when we got wind of the fact that we are having the celebration for Chacha, and as soon as Sham heard about it, I'm new to the family. Well, not that new, but I've always heard about what a wonderful person you are, Chacha. And richness to me is defined on who you are as a person. And to me, you're a millionaire, or a billionaire even. So when we found out, he said, how are we going to get there? And I thought, you know what, we'll drive. I'll drive you down there so you can get to be part of this, because we live in Canada and we don't often get to see you or talk to you, but we were really happy to be here. And you look 21. And Chacha, very happy birthday from Neil, who's here, my younger one, my daughter-in-law Lydia, and of course Sham, and all of us. My older son couldn't be here. We love you very much. And Chachi, behind every great man, is a even fantastic woman, and so thanks to you too. And we love you very much, and happy birthday.
Now, is there anybody else? Don't fear. Come forward. Make it short and sweet, just as I am. Anybody else? I see all these smiling faces. Nobody else coming forward to say something good about my Chacha? I see him smiling. Okay, it appears that I alone am left here. So, first of all, I must commend my cousins, the children of my Chacha, for doing this evening. Look at them fetching tables now. Come on. Yes, I must commend my cousins, my first cousins, for doing this evening in honor of their dad. I see Sarita smiling there, very sweetly. But tonight, I have some things to say. You remember I said before, stay tuned, and now I am here. I could not take up much of your time, but I want to tell you that about all of you this evening, I knew him first. None of you in this assembly
is not here.
knew him before me. This is not an ordinary guy. Age humbles all of us, intellectually or physically. My Chacha is a bit disabled physically, but intellectually, this man is there. He was and still is a very, what I would say, voracious reader. This man was a bookworm, and he still is. You know, and his intellect I believe, is still there, so deep. He was one of the first people I knew when I became conscious of this world. He had a bad habit. I was one chubby kid, not very good looking. Very short and not, you know. But I had a chubby face. And my chacha had this habit of coming to bite my So I got damn vexed about it. I was as small as that little kid of Mano's videos. No? So what I used to do was, as soon as he came, I used to give him a hand. Now he was the first one who took me to primary school. And you know what he did? He took me to school, in the primary school, and he played truant. They used to say, get away from school. And my chacha used to go in the mango fields of other people and pick mangoes and had a good time. And when time to eat, my chacha would come and see that I ate, like as if he was regular at school, and disappear. And at the time to go back from school, he would come and take me. Me lie. Now, in the community where we lived, he was a stand-up. Chacha loved to dress up. He was what you will call a man of excellence in what the English people talk about him, you know, this excellence in attire. Chacha didn't, you know, if there was a wedding in the community, my Chacha would not have the ordinary tailor do his clothes. Me like? Chacha had to get a specialist, a sartorial specialist, a man of fashions, a man named Eric Buchan. Because Eric Buchan used to get magazines from England. And so my Chacha had to get specially designed clothes to show off to them boys on wedding day. And don't talk about the shoes. Well, on the day of the wedding, Chacha used to smoke. And believe you me, he didn't have an ordinary pack of cigarettes. He had to have one of these shiny, a cigarette pouch, a shiny thing, silver. This pouch Chacha will take no ordinary cigarette, you know. It was Ardats. Because Ardats had filter tip. So what Chacha would do, talk now. Chacha would take the cigarettes off that pack, that's, and put it in this pouch. Now, if he giving you a cigarette, you have one, and the cigarette will jump at you, like if the cigarette wanted to surprise you. That was my Chacha. That is not all. But what happened? Through that thing, the other young men in the community got green with envy. Them guys got so green with envy when he got married. They took the revenge. When he was getting married, them guys didn't like him. because he read plenty. This man and my dad, they used to bring stacks of books from the libraries. In those days, I as a child growing up could see stacks of books from libraries, and they were reading so much. These guys were voracious readers. They were bookworms. And this, I must mention as an aside, that habit was contagious because I catch it. And at 8 years old, I was reading novels myself. So he inspired me and my dad to become what I became. I'll tell you this, coming back to his very night, the guys are all right. Very happily, they came. It was the usual thing for the collective there in the community to cook